Massive spoilers ahead for season 3 and 4 of The Walking Dead. Let's get something out of the way really quick. The Walking Dead is technically over, but it still has plenty of spin-off shows that have either already come out or that are still in the works and set to release in the future. The show has had a major historic downfall in viewership that it hasn't in the slightest been able to recover from. It hasn't even been considered to be a popular show since season 7. Long and drawn-out storylines, walking and talking simulator episodes, glaringly stupid writing decisions, and rapidly declining viewership aside, when The Walking Dead was popular, it was very popular. At one point, it was a superbly written show with dynamic characters experiencing massive character development over the course of several seasons. It had a simply fantastic way of pulling the audience in and making them super eager to see what was going to happen next, which only increased audience viewership and retention more and more as time went on. An aspect of the show that perfectly encapsulates what I mean is with its villains, one of the most famous of which is the Governor. Throughout nearly all the scenes that feature him, the audience at the very least feels uneasy. Whether it's being creeped out by how he treats women, seeing him manipulate everyone he comes across to get his own way, or being caught completely off guard by him committing a bloody massacre out of nowhere, the Governor is scary. You can't tell me he's not. But besides all that, why is he so scary? There's plenty of villains out there that have a lot of the same traits that the Governor does without instilling that same sort of effect in the viewer. Well, there's one little simple narrative device that is the sole reason behind all of it. A narrative device that nearly every scene with the Governor is driven by, and that is uncertainty. Fear of the unknown is something that can be used to great effect in a story to draw the audience in and put them right at the edge of their seats. The Governor makes the audience feel fear because they have no fucking idea what awful thing he's about to do next. One thing that greatly adds to that high level of uncertainty with the Governor is his goddamn peak horror theme. When the Governor first attacks the prison, as soon as his theme starts playing, you feel that blood rush. It's really fucking intense. It's deep, bassy, scratchy, unsettling. It sounds like a heart beating so overwhelmingly hard, which only further shoves you into the main character's shoes as they all feel like they're about to die. When the Governor shows up, he makes a massive entrance. He starts an unmatched war in a matter of seconds and lets everyone there know that he's here and he is dead fucking serious. Even down to the Governor's final few scenes where he's taken Herschel and Michonne captive and he arrives threatening the main characters right at their front door with Michonne's sword at Herschel's neck, the audience still can't be fully certain that he's actually about to kill Herschel in one of the most brutal ways possible. Up until that very last moment before he swings the sword, the audience is led to believe that there's actually a chance that the Governor might listen to Rick. His offer appears sensible: join the main group of survivors in the prison and coalesce their resources together. The Governor is shown in close-ups to actually appear to be considering Rick's offer, but as we all know, that didn't happen. My theory for what was going through the Governor's mind for this episode and the few preceding episodes is that he did in fact begin to care for this little girl, mostly out of her reminding him of his dead daughter. He began to realize that he might be able to fully let go of his dark past and go his separate way. However, as soon as he was accepted into a new group and saw that they had the means to carry out the deed that he's been wanting for so long on the group that he's despised, he immediately reverts back to his old self and once again started using them for his own self-benefit. He gets each of them on his side through cold-blooded manipulation. He paints the group at the prison as a threat, a necessary fight to ensure they all stay alive. He makes his followers envious of the prison group's somewhat luxurious situation and makes it so they stop viewing them as fellow humans. The opening scene of Too Far Gone mirrors the way that Hitler makes speeches. Make regular people out to be monsters in the eyes of your loyal subjects, and they'll follow you until the end of time. Make yourself look like Jesus, and people will see you as a hero, no matter what awful shit you do. He lies about his true intentions, while still pulling each of them onto his side. He even tries to get Herschel and Michonne to be more cooperative in his plan by also telling them about the same fabricated narrative.
Nobody's gonna hurt you.
I don't believe that.
Well, I don't care. I don't want to hurt anyone. I need the prison, that's it. There are people I need to keep alive. You two are gonna help me take it. No one needs to die.
I'm gonna kill you.
No, you won't.
I'm gonna take...
Stop it.
I don't know why I find that so fucking funny. He says it like they're two kids on a bus coming home from a long day at elementary school and he's just gotten fed up with her shit.
If you understand what it's like to have a daughter, then how can you threaten to kill someone else's?
Because they aren't mine.
If that isn't the fucking most selfish and sociopathic thing I've ever heard, I don't know what is. He even makes himself look generous as he's making direct threats.
I have a tank, and I'm letting you walk away from here.
I have a tank and I ain't afraid to use it. I'll shove its turret so far up your ass. Also, look at these stunning shots earlier on in the episode. I just simply love contrast. It makes the impact of the destruction and emotion that follows just that much more impactful. In supremely Daryl fashion, he just starts fucking handing out guns to people.
We can all.
Ooh, Rick, that's some nice lip biting right there.
We can all live in the prison, or none of us can.
This scene is perfect. The background monologue of Rick desperately trying his hardest to plead with them, Herschel's growing smile expressing without any words, "I taught you well." The excellent musical composition as the governor looks over Herschel as he listens further to Rick's offer, as it then pans over to Rick from the governor's point of view as he remembers what he came here for. Blood. He hates Rick. They'll never see eye to eye. They'll always be on opposing sides, and there's nothing that can change that. The sudden echoing halt of the music, of the governor's voice when he says, "Liar." Wow, now that is some serious hypocrisy right there. As the sword swiftly sweeps through the air, you hear the ringing of the blade as it hits, leaving the forever impression of horror, fear, and cries around you. Herschel falls down to the ground as he bleeds out profusely, and Rick lets out a calm, cool, and collected, "No!" Herschel channels his inner doctor and manages to squirm a bit away like a snake as he's bleeding out until the governor catches up with him and finishes the job. We see his daughter's silent screams again as the governor continues to hack away at their father's neck, spewing fresh blood onto his face, completely slicing off his head one strike of the sword at a time, and cementing him as a truly fucking evil antagonist.
Go through the fences. In your cars, get your guns. We go in. Kill them all.
Jesus fucking Christ, the production value on this episode, am I right? Trucks and assault rifles in a prison right beside a tank. Only in America. I really love how both of them are visibly really fucking fatigued at this point. You could see it earlier on too. The governor has been gradually hitting less frequently, taking more and more time to catch his breath, finally resorting to simple strangling. It's a great little attention to detail, you gotta love it. Both him and the audience are instantly caught off guard by Michonne's swift work, leaving the governor a dead man, waiting to be devoured by walkers. Can I just say really quick that The Walking Dead features some really amazing acting? Like, holy shit. Yeah, Andrew Lincoln, I'm pretty convinced that you look like you're dying. Great fucking job. I'm saying that without even the slightest bit of sarcasm, even though it might sound like it. It's just excellent. Aw, what a nice little father-son bonding moment. My dad's over here coughing his lungs out, bleeding to death, and the first thing he has to say is my name.
Where's Carl?
That is truly a dying man that wants some coral. Whack, toss, pa-pow. Silly walkers falling to the floor. What an awesome shot. Even the woman that started to fall for him can't see the governor as anything but a monster after the shit that he did. She finishes him off with a single gunshot to the head, and soon after gets devoured by walkers. One of them being her. It's not exactly a blink and you'll miss it kind of moment, as the camera really does focus on her for a good few seconds. But if you remember from the first episode of the season, she's the crazy lady that nearly killed Rick to provide her dead husband with sustenance, then stabs herself with the same knife that she almost nabbed him with to be with her husband. That's also another goddamn perfect couple of scenes. Rick actually quotes her in reverse right before the governor storms the prison when he's pleading for them to change their minds.
You don't get to come back. You don't get to come back.
Everyone who's alive right now, everyone who's made it this far, we've all done the worst kinds of things just to stay alive. But we can still come back. We're not too far gone. We get to come back. I know, we all can change.
And yet, life goes on. Stupid zombie virus. The governor was never fully sane. Before the apocalypse, he appeared to others to just be some regular guy, going about life with a normal family, seemingly just average. And in many ways he was, but he's always been a little off mentally. A normal person, even in the face of death, losing everything they cared about, would not become so insanely obsessed with greed, power, and vengeance. That's not how it works. In defense, sure. In offense, no. The governor has always been a pirate masquerading as an everyday man. Even if he didn't show it, it was always there, lying dormant, waiting for the right opportunity to strike. What a damn conclusion. The end credits of Too Far Gone don't feature The Walking Dead's signature theme as it does in every other episode of the series. Seriously, it's so much better that way. Silence. Left on a note of emptiness. It's been months, by the way, since this was initially being recorded, but something I'd like to add really quick is, you know how fucking, little something that I thought of, that I thought I would add to this video, because I think it feels rather fitting with the whole, the whole premise going on here, right? So, take notice of this, as this is exactly what happens in the episode, and this is what happens, in a lot of, fictional things, but also very much real life. War, conflict, yada, 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 doesn't matter what the fuck, just people bickering and anger at each other, can't see eye to eye. What happens? Oh, everyone loses. It's so idiotic, isn't it? How it's like you could have just settled your differences and sure, lived in the prison, or not destroy the shit that you're fighting over, and like Now nobody, everyone loses instead of, hey, we can share. It's dumb as shit. I want what you have, but I want it all to myself because I don't like you. Or you're wrong, I'm right. And yeah, that's just how humans are. That's how humans are always going to be. People get fed up with it, of course, so it lessens a bit and realize shit more so. But that's just how humanity is inherently, and that's how it's always going to be. It be what it be, right? We're selfish sons of bitches sometimes. Like, fuck things over for each other. And everyone involved gets fucked over, you know, when we could have just, hey, you know, we live on the same planet, let's all just shut the fuck up and just hold hands and make out or whatever gay shit. And that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to show me your appreciation by liking, subscribing, and sharing the video with your friends. And as always, have a great rest of your day. Alright, what in the actual fuck are they doing? Threatening the main characters right at their front door with Mashorn.